Hello. So earlier we learned about the block storage, file storage. Now we are going to look into the object storage, which is used on a S3 protocol. And for that, GCP provides us a cloud storage. And in here, we create a bucket, and that bucket can be used to contain our data from the user over the S3 protocol. So how do we do? We'll use the bucket. We'll click on bucket, and the bucket should be globally unique, the name which we'll provide. So I'm giving bucket new ixt65, and it doesn't give an error, so I believe it is a unique, globally unique. So I'll click on continue. It can be multi, dual, or regional. We can specify either of these. In regional, it is like we can target that specific location where we have the more users, and more users will access the data. Dual region help us to maintain the replication in turbo replication, and it's a async replication within 15 minutes. So in here we can specify two locations at a time. Like I can specify these two location and have the dual. And in multi, like this particular bucket will be accessible through all the region. So as of now, I'll go with the multi region. And once we specify the location, we will specify storage class. What kind of class it should be? Either it should be standard, nearline, cold, and archive. What is standard? Standard is like if your data is frequently getting accessed, then we generally select standard. Nearline is like if your data is accessed once in a month, then nearline. If in a quarter your data is getting accessed, then cold line. And if in case it is accessed very rarely, once in a year, just as a backup copy you are keeping it, then you can use archive. In our example, we are going to select standard. Now, do you want to prevent the public access? And access can be a uniform or a fine grain. Uniform is like we can control all the objects using IAM policy, and in fine grain it comes down to the ACL permission, and each and every object can be controlled using fine grain. So these are the difference. In uniform we have it's a IAM. In fine grain it's a ACL, which define who can access that particular data. So we'll click fine grain right now, and now in here, like it's a soft delete. Once the data get deleted, it will be retained for last 7 days, and then it will be discarded. So do you want a soft delete policy? If in case some data get accidentally deleted, you can recover it from the particular one. I'm not going to keep it. Version control, if a new version of files has been pushed, in that case we can have a version control enabled. We can specify the retention policy. So we can specify the retention policy based upon the retention what kind of policy we specify for bucket to retain or enable the object retention. And by default, will manage all this encrypted using its own encrypted key, and customer can pass their own customer managed key if they want. So we'll keep it simple. Google manage encrypted key. So we'll confirm. Right now this bucket has been created, bucket underscore new underscore ixt. I'll just upload a file. This is a file which has been uploaded. It doesn't have any public access. No one can see it. Encryption is managed by Google, and I can download this particular file. And I can see in the configuration all that metadata. when it was created, when it was updated, and these metadata cannot be changed, then we can provide the access to the bucket to the specific user, and we can control the access. Protection, soft delete protection, which we have not disabled, we can set the soft delete. If someone deletes some particular file, it could be retained for 7 days, whatever days we want to retain, and we can create. Then version control is turned off right now, and in here we can create the rules for the life cycle. Like if some objects get deleted, then it should be moved to some specific part. In here we can observe all that objects which has been pushed over here. So we can see the report reports here. So this is a basic how we can create the bucket in GCP.